And let me go ahead and mute that. Let me go ahead and, for those of you who are watching us right now, we are fixing to go live here on Acadiana Open Channel with Sports Entertainment Tonight. Just remember, this is going to be the special SummerSlam breakdown and preview show, guys and gals. We're going to talk about each match of SummerSlam and give our predictions and our thoughts on how the match is going to go down.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So I think maybe at the turn of the hour, that's when we start for AOC.
And I believe we might be live.
Live like Raw.
What's up, guys and gals? Welcome once again to Sports Entertainment Tonight right here on Acadiana Open Channel and live on WGS-TV right now. Woo! I am your friendly neighborhood Russell Gamer, Double B Bully Boudreaux, along with Nick Nayday, because it makes all the ladies say
Mayday!
Fuquay, and Mark.
T-shirt.
And normally he has his referee shirt on, but he is still the smart Mark Trahan. Mark, how y'all doing?
Yeah, pretty good, man. Can't wait for SummerSlam.
Yeah, before we get started, I think we should say just a couple of things over what's happened this past week, especially with the whole weather situation and everything like that. You know, a lot of people have been put out of their homes and everything like that. We just want to, send our thoughts and our prayers and our wishes to the people who have been severely affected by the flood as of late, and we just hope for the best, and hopefully you guys can get back to your homes as soon as possible.
Yeah, get the water out,
Yeah, and also an update for the Plaquemine show for GCW. The bell time for that show is 5 p.m. So the show starts at 5 p.m., not 7 p.m. So I figured if you guys can come out to Plaquemine like we are, if you guys want to come see the show and possibly have a little chat with us, you're more than welcome to. But the show starts at 5 p.m. Saturday. So
you get to meet Sandman.
Yep. Yeah. Yep, you're definitely there. So, gentlemen, other than the bad weather we've had over the past week, how has your week been?
Pretty good. Like working and getting ready to go to Texas for the weekend.
So we're going to have a little bit of a contest this week as we talk about SummerSlam. And here's the contest.
What you win?
Well, let me explain the contest first, then I'll explain the prize. Because it's a pretty nice prize, in my personal opinion. You guys call in to 336-8950. Give us your complete predictions for every match of SummerSlam. And give us your name and where you're from. And then on next week's show, we'll announce the winner or winners. And your prize will be a cookie from your pantry.
Aha.
That's a pretty sweet prize as far as I'm concerned. So if you want to check.
That's going to light the phones up right there,
yeah, definitely. And we're also live right now on youtube.com/RussellGamer. So if you get in the chat room and you guys want to give us your predictions that way, we'll do it that way as well. But we've got a lot to talk about this week as pertains to SummerSlam being this weekend.
John Cena.
But let's talk a little bit about Raw and SmackDown Live this past week, so that way it'll lead up to our SummerSlam discussion. One thing I need to say, because I haven't had a chance to say it online, one thing that I will never advocate, ever, in a wrestling show are fans jumping the guardrail and getting in the ring.
Yeah, on a tackle him.
When you buy a ticket, you have the right to cheer or boo for anybody you want. You can have fun with your friends at ringside, but what crosses the line is jumping the guardrail, putting yourself, the talent, and anybody around you at ringside in danger, because that is just sheer blind stupidity. Because there's only one possible outcome that's going to come from this, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to get arrested, and you're going to be banned from future WWE events for life. Some idiot fan Monday night with a knife, jumped the guardrail and tried to attack Seth Rollins. And Nick, when I see stuff like that, that makes me embarrassed to be a wrestling fan.
Well, it's just an idiot trying to get some attention.
And we have Corey on the line. Hold on, Corey. Let me go ahead and boost the volume. Corey, are you there?
Yes, sir. How y'all doing, gentlemen?
Yeah, Corey, I don't know if you saw this on this past week's Monday Night Raw, but one thing I was saying is, one thing that I will never advocate is fans jumping the guardrail thinking they can get in the ring with the talents. And that guy on Monday Night Raw,
When that happened?
it happened on Raw against Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
When Seth Rollins was in the ring trying to cut his promo on Finn Balor or the Demon King.
A guy came in and...
Yeah, and he was armed with a knife and tried to get in the ring with Seth Rollins. Security tackled him, and he has been arrested. I'm just trying to say something else, but
Yeah,
he's
subdued.
been, yeah, he's been subdued. He's been,
did it?
huh?
That didn't make USA, did it?
If you guys remember during the promo, if you saw the camera shake a little bit and then Rollins just staring at something, that was the guy that was being tackled and
Sure, I
arrested.
saw the fan video, but
Yeah,
I
but-
just didn't see it on USA.
Yeah, I think the only thing USA showed on there was the guy wearing some sort of hat. That was the only thing they showed before they. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And the guy was armed with a knife, Corey,
And knife.
And a live show.
at a live
I
show.
want to show inside the ring with Seth Rollins.
You know what?
Wait.
I don't understand. My thing is this. Why would you put, okay, that's a family show, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why would you bring a knife, a gun, some mace, or just any kind of weapon? But wrestling, come on now.
Well, one thing you got to take into
That they-
consideration, though, Corey, that they do serve alcohol at those events, and alcohol make people do stupid things.
But
No, but I understand that. But there's laws around these parts here. That's not.
Well, people complain if you have to go through too much
not-
security to
not
get
really
into a
real.
show, but I mean, like when I went to NXT, there was no security.
Well-
You know, I mean, so like you probably could have brought in whatever, you know, so. I mean, it's kind of wild, you know, so the security's sometimes limited.
another thing, like people.
That was last Monday night.
This past week on Monday
this-
Night Raw.
this- the Raw before SummerSlam.
Yeah, this week's Monday Night Raw it happened.
Yeah.
Did you watch it when Seth Rollins was calling out the Demon King?
I seen that part, but he came out towards the end, huh?
Yeah, but the guy that jumped the guardrail, it was like right around when Rollins was first started talking about the Demon King.
Yeah, I didn't see that part. I'm gonna have to watch.
Yeah, you're gonna notice part where the camera shakes, and then you notice Rollins just staring out at to something, and that's the guy that's being tackled and arrested, and he's gonna be banned from WWE events for life.
Wow.
You know, again, it's like I've said,
Well, no more wrestling for you.
exactly. But you can go to the events, you can have a good time, you can have fun at ringside.
Oh, good. You know what my thing is?
What?
Okay, this is wrestling, right?
Yes.
This is wrestling, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't go there. You go there to have fun.
Exactly.
If you wanna greet a wrestler, hey, greet a wrestler, get their autograph. If you wanna greet a diva, get their autograph too. Don't go there and act stupid.
Exactly. Corey, let me ask you a question. Now that we've kind of gotten the serious aspect out of it, let's talk a little bit about what they did on Monday Night Raw this past week. Do you agree with the fact that they debuted the Demon King, Finn Balor, on Monday Night Raw and not waited until SummerSlam to have him debut as the Demon King?
I agree.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna tell you why.
Why?
Tell us.
I'm gonna
Tell
tell
us.
you why.
Testify, my brother.
Testify, Corey.
Why. I'm gonna give y'all a little story. Y'all remember when Seth Rollins was with the Authority?
Yes.
And y'all remember when y'all say you probably was gonna turn good or stay bad?
Mm-hmm.
I think at one point, and I'm predicting this for Sunday, but I knew Seth Rollins was gonna cheat. I think the demon, Finn Balor, gonna end up with that belt.
Nick, let me ask you the same question. Do you agree with the fact that WWE debuted the Demon King on Monday Night Raw and not waited until SummerSlam to debut him?
I'm kind of on the fence about it. I mean, I realized that that they did it probably to sell more WWE network subscriptions / pay-per-views. But you know, and it's just to kind of get more people accustomed to what they haven't seen on NXT. Because as you mentioned earlier on, Billy, most casual wrestling fans don't own the network.
Y'all know what else we gotta talk about?
What?
NXT Takeover.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
I have the card written down here.
Well, you got the card, Nick.
Well, before we do SummerSlam, I think we should do Takeover.
Yeah, why
Yeah,
not?
'cause I'm getting ready for that.
I've got 5 matches listed, which I heard they just added one for the short African American girl. What's her name? Kind of built.
She looks
Uh,
what?
I have no idea.
I can't think of her name. I'll look it up.
Would she be the one that's making her debut?
Yeah.
Then you're talking about Ember Moon.
Ember Moon.
And I believe she's going against Billie Kay.
Which Ember Moon was wrestled in New Orleans.
She did?
Yeah.
Well, for real?
Wow.
Yeah. And she was actually pretty good.
Yeah, Nick went to the NXT in New Orleans.
How would you describe the gimmick a little bit from what you saw?
I mean, it's just kind of a classy, hardcore chick, I guess, you know. I mean, it didn't really have much to the gimmick other than just her fighting style, really. But,
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
To run through the takeover card, kind of what I got here. We got Austin Aries against No Way Jose. No Way Jose. No Way
I don't like
Jose.
that.
I gotta say this: if Aries puts over No Way Jose at a NXT Takeover
Yeah, he
this
will.
Saturday, that would be a big boost and a big
I
step
don't
forward
like
for
that.
No Way Jose because he's working with a really well experienced veteran like Austin Aries. Austin Aries has got a lot of experience under his belt, and not only win or lose, this is going to be an incredible learning experience for No Way Jose.
I agree, and it
Yeah,
would.
let me ask you something. They gonna have another Rule Black?
Probably not until. I think WWE might do it. I wouldn't be surprised.
Roadblock?
Like remember for WrestleMania when they had Roadblock?
Oh yeah, they have those events all the time. I think they were talking about doing one from China or something.
Yeah. But now they're having the different brands pay-per-views.
Yeah, they're gonna, and the only time they're going to have conjoined pay-per-views will be for the Big Four.
Yeah, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, Royal
Let
Rumble.
me ask you something else.
Yeah.
All right, about the tournament.
The
Now,
Cruiserweight Classic.
Yeah. Whoever win the tournament, when they gonna win?
I would think since they're bringing the Cruiserweight
They'll be the
division
Cruiserweight
to
champion.
Monday Night Raw, that they would become the defending
I'll tell you
Cruiserweight
when,
champion.
it's probably going to be on September 25th at the Clash of Champions for Raw's first pay-per-view.
Or they bringing that back for real?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna have the Cruiserweight Championship and Clash of Champions. I would imagine would feature all of Raw's titles being on the line.
Hey, hold up, we missing a couple of belts though.
Well, they are saying that SmackDown's gonna add the women's and the tag title.
No,
But it's not going to be the Milky Way Tag Team title. So IWC, get off of your you-know-whats.
no, but hold up, we missing a couple of belts though.
I know, but we're just skipping ahead a little bit just to make a point about what's going to be happening with the Cruiserweight division.
Let's finish with this NXT
Yeah,
card.
exactly, because it's a really awesome card in my personal opinion.
We got Bobby Roode making his debut against Cien Almas.
Bobby Roode gonna be
Almost.
good.
Yeah. I like
Yeah,
Almost.
and I don't know if you've heard, but apparently there's been some contractual problems with James Storm and TNA, and he's actually gone on record on TNA saying that he's going to meet a friend at another place. So the possibility lies
Beer
there.
money, baby.
Yeah, beer money might be coming to
Oh,
NXT.
That's a bad tag team.
Yeah. They're
Oh,
good.
that
Bobby
would be
Lashley
something that
champions.
actually happened.
It'll be awesome to
Yeah,
the
to be
champs.
honest with y'all, I watch them any day.
Yeah.
But now when it comes to Cien Andres, Almas, and Bobby Roode, it's
Who I
really.
can't stand?
I'm sorry.
Y'all know who I can't stand?
Who's
This
that?
Tag team.
The Revival?
No, not the Revival.
We don't like.
Authors of Pain, maybe?
No, not them.
On the main roster?
Main roster or NXT, Corey?
On the main roster.
Guessing game.
All right,
That's a game.
all right. Who is it?
There's about 14 tag teams in the WWE.
And 6 of them are on SmackDown Live.
That Enzo Murray and Big Cass.
You don't like Enzo Amore and Big Cass?
No, I see.
You're a hater, man.
Wait. Are you talking
Oh,
about
he's
the?
talking about the club.
Are you talking about the club?
At the club.
Oh.
Gallows and Anderson.
The
American
other two,
Alpha?
they from some Japanese. They trying to be like what's them two that one used to eat that apple.
Carlito?
Oh, the Shining Star.
Yeah, you're talking about the Shining Stars. They're Puerto Rican.
Yeah, the Puerto Rican.
Well, I guess we could have guessed that one.
Man, I
They are
can't
pretty
stand
bad.
them two.
Yeah, I think WWE they did a lot of vignettes with them, and so far they've done literally nothing with them.
I can't stand them two.
Yeah, but they still have a job in WWE, so we really can't say anything much about it. But anyway, let's finish. Let's finish up the NXT card real quick.
Yeah, they got 3 title matches. The women's title is going to be on the line with Asuka defending against Bayley.
Belly's kind
Now,
of.
yeah,
Actually,
now, my thought about the NXT Women's Championship, I am very conflicted because, for one thing, on one side, I do enjoy Bayley. She is an incredible worker. You know,
Oh, man.
she not only that, but she is hot. But I also have a crush on Asuka. I can't.
You like Oscar?
I think Asian chicks are hot. I think they're really hot, and Asuka. Yeah, I personally believe they are, and I really have a bit of a crush on Asuka because not only is she hot, but I'm sorry, Corey.
Not to throw you off, but I love me some Bailey.
But like I said, I'm conflicted. I am conflicted because I like both Bayley and Asuka because they both not only hot, but I think Asuka's a little bit hotter. But Asuka is amazing in the ring. She has such a great.
The one that be dancing and doing the moonwalk.
That's Carmella.
Yeah, I like her too.
Yeah, she's on SmackDown Live now.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about her in a few minutes. But if I want to officially pick someone, with the rumors that Bayley's going to be making the jump to the main roster pretty soon, then I don't think it would make any sense to put the women's title on her from NXT.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So I pick Asuka to win over Bayley at NXT Takeover. This, who do you pick, Corey, for the NXT?
I don't think so.
You think Bayley's going to win it?
I think Bailey gonna win it because Oscar held that belt too long.
And not only that, she's still undefeated.
Yeah, but it's time for her to lose though.
Later on.
My girl got her belt too.
Nick, do you have a pick?
I think, get Bayley to the main roster.
Thank you, Nick.
Tricky Nick, Bayley to the main roster, Asuka retain.
And Mark, what about you? What do you think?
That's weird.
Oscar retain, and I think Bayley would go to the main roster.
Yeah.
But which brand?
Get our prediction though.
By the way, to any of our hot Asian women out there that watch this show, I am available.
Yeah.
Billy, you're wrong for
Which unfortunately, Billy, there are no hot Asian women watching our show right now.
But by the way, hey Corey, your girl got suspended with her boyfriend.
Yeah, there have been 3 suspensions, Corey. Alberto Del Rio's been suspended, Paige has been suspended, and Eva Marie has been suspended.
No, because hey, that's another thing
Smoking
too.
that dope, y'all.
Yeah, all 3 of them had a violation of the company wellness policy. That's
Well,
the,
that's another thing too. Y'all watch SmackDown every Tuesday?
yeah, I watch it every time it's on.
The thing I don't like. Look, every time she got a match, she always back out of it.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a ridiculous gimmick in my personal opinion. First off, they're putting too much attention on a talent that's worthless, kind of like what they do with Brock Lesnar. He's a worthless talent. And yeah, by the way, this is my personal opinion. If you don't like it, deal with it, people out there. Especially you, June. If you don't like my opinion, hey, I got 2 words for you, and they're not suck it.
Kiss? What?
Yeah, it's two other words, and the first word begins with an F. I'll let him just figure out what the rest of the word says.
It's the abbreviation for
I
University.
know what you got.
It means
Yeah, we
forever-
can't say it on TV though. We can't say it on
Forever
here.
unchanged, what Goldust used to say.
Yeah, something like that. But
I gonna see what I ain't gonna see.
yeah, but they put too much focus on somebody who can't really work, and Eva Marie, she's more suited to be a valet outside the ring, to be someone's manager. She's not good enough to be in the ring. She can't, even though she's worked with D. Brian Kendrick when they tried to work her in NXT, she still doesn't have the experience for it.
Even Marie can't wrestle, and the other one can't wrestle.
Paige or
Maurice?
Oh, the other
Maurice
one.
Kenris? Lana?
No, not her. The other one.
What other?
The one with Ric Flair's daughter.
Charlotte or Dana Brooke?
No. The little mean one.
Dana Brooke?
Dang.
Yeah, to a point, I have to agree with you, but I think Dana Brooke can be molded into a better wrestler.
I know it's acting, but she needs to work on her moves. She don't have no moves.
All right, what we got next on the NXT card?
Tag team championship, Revival defending against Gargano and Ciampa.
Corey, I got to ask you, did you see the Cruiserweight Classic match between Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa a couple of weeks ago?
Billy.
How amazing was that match?
Oh, Billy.
You know, they pulled off things that I have never seen before, and I still say it to this day. I have never seen anyone pull off a power bomb backbreaker spot. That was the very first time I've seen that.
Someone's
You
party
ever
trying.
see- Hey, but look, you ever see somebody get moonsawed from the top rope to the outside the ring and miss?
Yeah, I've seen it happen a few times, unfortunately.
Wow.
Yeah,
It hurts.
yeah, definitely.
Oh, man.
But I will say about this match that when I did go to NXT New Orleans a couple weeks ago, they had this match actually, Revival against Ciampa and Gargano, and it stole the show pretty much.
And
It was about a 20-minute match. They had tons of near falls, and I look forward to do the same exact thing at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. I look for this to be the match of the night and having new tag team champions.
I would agree with you to an extent, but I would not be surprised to see the Revival retain.
I can see that possibly happening because the Revival are awesome too.
Yeah.
I give them credit. I mean, they are ring psychologists.
Yeah, they are this era's Ole and Arn Anderson. You know, that's how I view them.
Or Tully Blanchard and
And Arn Anderson, the Brainbusters. Yeah.
Enforcer. And
Yeah.
got winning the tournament.
Who's winning the Cruiserweight Classic tournament?
And you got ADD like a mofo, man. We can't
Yeah,
talk about NXT.
Yeah,
for
Corey,
nothing,
let's finish up NXT first. You know, while we still have some time on the show. What we got up next?
The championship match. We got Samoa Joe defending against
I got the
Nakamura.
prediction. I got the prediction.
What you got?
At one point, I love Shinsuke Nakamura, but I know Samoa Joe got more experience.
I think, you know, just because a person hasn't been in WWE, that doesn't necessarily mean they haven't had experience. Shinsuke Nakamura has wrestled all over Japan for many, many years. Samoa Joe has been in Ring of Honor. He's been in TNA and pretty much around the same period. So, yeah, so for experience-wise, I want to say they're probably about dead even as far as I'm concerned.
They did even.
Yeah, because Shinsuke Nakamura's been around for about almost 15, almost 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he spent the majority of his time in Japan, though. That's the issue.
Really?
Yes.
Yes.
So some of them Japanese wrestlers, when they come out of Japan.
Yes.
The Japanese wrestlers come from Japan.
Or the promotion that's known as New Japan Pro Wrestling.
All Japan or no.
Yeah, All Japan Pro Wrestling or New Japan Pro Wrestling. But, you know, that's where Shinsuke Nakamura... I got to say one thing about the build between Nakamura and Samoa Joe. I have never seen anybody... I've never seen a challenger just go up to the champion while he's being restrained and take his nose. I was laughing. I was laughing at that one. I thought that was, like, straight up hilarious. Nakamura just got it. Oh man, but do you see Nakamura winning the title this Saturday, Corey?
I don't know.
Because Nakamura, kind of like Asuka,
I'm
is
not
undefeated in NXT.
Look, Billy. Look, Billy.
What?
I'm not gonna say yeah. I'm not gonna say no.
So you're basically on the fence?
I give Shinsuke Nakamura a slight chance.
I would pretty much say the same thing, because, Shinsuke Nakamura, when he was in New Japan, and he was the IWGP Intercontinental Championship, he put that title on the map. He made that title more prestigious than the actual IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. So Nakamura as an NXT Championship, I can see something happening with that. But on the same token, Samoa Joe has been a solid NXT champion. Wherever he's go, he's been a good, solid champion. So either scenario, Nick,
Do you think they need him? Do you think they need him as a glue? You don't think he's, I know he's ready for the, main event, main roster, but you think NXT needs him? Because I don't see anybody besides Nakamura in the future.
I think if they're trying to build up a feud between Nakamura and Samoa Joe, I see Nakamura taking the title.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the only way they can really prolong a feud between Nakamura and Joe, because honestly, right now, I don't think there's anybody in NXT right now that's ready to be bumped up to that spot. Well, they still have to build him up since he just made his debut.
Yeah.
Or he's going to make his debut, in-ring debut come this Saturday.
Yeah.
But I think
Or TV debut.
Or
TV, yeah, TV debut.
TV in-ring debut, let's say it like that. But I'm going to pick Nakamura to win this one, Nick. What about you? What do you think?
That's what I'm saying.
I agree. I agree with the Nakamura.
And Bobby Roode having a few with
Hey,
Nakamura.
we all see that. Look,
Strong style, baby.
Yeah.
all style away, baby.
Yeah. What is cool ass? Sorry. What is?
And y'all know what else I wanna watch?
What you got, Corey? 'Cause we got to let you go in a few minutes, man. We had you on for like a good quarter of the hour.
Yeah, this is the Corey and Billy show here.
Oh yeah, bro. What about trivia, right quick?
Okay, do you remember the stable that's known as the Union in WWE? They went up against the corporate ministry. There were 4 members. Some people might consider Vince McMahon to be the 5th member of the Union, but who were the 4 members of the Union? One of them is the world's largest athlete. Another one had 3 faces, if you know what I mean.
Big Show.
Big Show was one. The other one, the next one had 3 faces.
The other one had it was a name like a thing you had to take in school. He gives them.
Like he's good for all mankind. Corey, what do you think?
Yeah. Bang bang.
Oh, Cactus Jack.
Yeah, when he was Mick Foley. I'll give you the last one to you because it'll be a little bit hard to tell you. It was Test.
Yeah, Test.
But the last one, he's a former UFC fighter and once considered the world's dangerous man.
You sound right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Those were the 4 members of the Union.
You sound right. I remember that.
Yep, it was a short-lived feud between them and the corporate ministry, but it was still one that I remember, especially around 1999 when they had that feud. But look, Corey, it was good talking to you this week, man. But
Let's talk, bro.
all right, but Corey, do you want to participate in the cookie contest for SummerSlam?
Yeah, what it's gonna be like, some trivia or something.
No,
You
just
pick the winners.
yeah, just pick the winners.
And if you have majority of the matches, people that won, you win.
You win a cookie from your cookie jar.
Oh wow.
Trolling, huh?
All right, but we're not going to talk about. We're not going to count the 6-woman tag match because Eva Marie was scheduled to be in that match, but since she's been suspended, they're still not announcing who's taking her spot. So we're going to go ahead and skip that match. But the first one, Cesaro and Sheamus, who's your pick?
7 out of 7.
Cesaro.
Cesaro.
Yeah.
All right. The Intercontinental title, The Miz and Apollo Crews.
I gotta go with my boy, man.
Who's your boy?
Apollo.
Yeah.
All right. That would be big for him. What about? One of us should be writing this down. Let me see. But what about Enzo Amore and Big Cass taking on Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens?
Did a bunch of haters.
Hold up. Run that by me again?
Enzo Amore and Big Cass versus Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens.
Jericho.
I'm going to go with Enzo and Cass. But
Okay.
I put Jericho them go cheap.
The club against New Day, Xavier, and Kofi.
For the titles.
Yeah, for the titles. Who's gonna win?
Wait, who they going against?
Against the club.
The club.
Against the
Gallows
club?
and Anderson.
Yeah.
I want to say I got Corbin Keith from there all the way, but the club going to take it. Unless Corbin came from them cheap.
All right, what about Sasha Banks and Charlotte for the women's title?
Charlotte's rematch.
I think Sasha Banks going to keep it.
All right, Roman Reigns and Rusev for the U.S. title.
Unless they go out there.
What a girl.
What about
Yeah.
Rusev and Roman
Reigns.
Reigns for the U.S. title?
How long Rusev had it?
3 months, 3 or 4 months, something like that.
Yeah.
3 or 4 months?
Yeah, I think it was
after WrestleMania.
Yeah, wasn't it at Money in the Bank that he won it?
I
Leave that.
give Roman Reigns a slight chance.
Yeah, because I believe he beat Kalisto for it, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. He broke him up.
And if the fight for the franchise, Corey,
Which could possibly steal the show for SummerSlam, as
Yeah.
we'll discuss in a few minutes. John Cena and AJ Styles.
you can't see me.
It is all the way.
What about the WWE World Heavyweight Title match? Dean Ambrose and Dolph Ziggler.
Dean Ambrose.
And finally, for the newly created Universal Championship,
Oh,
Demon King against Seth Rollins.
I gotta go with my boy, man.
you going with the Demon
My
King?
boy out. I can't leave my boy out.
All right, Corey. So we got all of your picks in, and we'll write them down. Well, oh yeah, Brock Lesnar and Randy Orton. I completely forgot because that's how much I care about the match.
Randy
RKO,
Orton.
baby.
RKO, yeah.
RKO, baby.
And there's also word of Goldberg possibly being there. Well, he's going to be there to promote WWE 2K17, but there's been a little bit of some words being exchanged between these two guys on Twitter, Goldberg and Brock Lesnar.
Ooh.
Brock Lesnar and
Why?
Goldberg.
Why?
I'm not sure. I don't know what WWE is going to be if
So
they're
they
trying
can
to.
sell 2K17
Well, that-
as the game.
Yeah.
Well, that. But anyway,
And have another disaster like WrestleMania 20.
yeah. But Corey, we gotta let you go, man. We had you on for about 30 minutes. We gotta free up the phone line.
All
All
right.
It could have been the Corey show.
right, we'll talk to you next week, Corey.
Oh, yeah, y'all be good.
All right. All right, see ya. Great talking to Corey again. Nick, you want to quickly run down the NXT card one more time for everybody?
Yeah, one more time. I think we're gonna see Ember Moon.
For debut.
Yeah, I think that's one match we didn't even talk about with Corey was Ember Moon and Billie Kay. But I think if Ember Moon's making her debut, then
Yeah, she's
it makes
gonna-
more sense to put her over.
Surely. But I'm a big fan of Billie Kay now.
Yeah. Yeah, you just think she's hot.
But I see her as one of the next big things in NXT,
Yeah.
women division.
She might be the next women's champion either.
Well, you never know. I mean, because I don't really see Asuka losing it to anybody anytime soon. Because, like, who? You know?
Yeah.
But speaking of Asuka, she's going to be defending her title against Bailey. Austin Aries against No Way Jose. Bobby Roode against Andres Cien Almas. Excuse me.
Yeah.
We have tag team titles, Revival against Gargano and Ciampa, and NXT title on the line with Samoa Joe and Nakamura.
Yeah, so NXT TakeOver is shaping up to be a pretty good show. It's well, and again, we're still scheduled to be at Plaquemine in GCW, but the show starts at 5 and supposedly ends at 7. So the possibility that we could still work the show and then go back to our place and watch the NXT TakeOver broadcast. So that still remains to be there. So again, excellent talking to Corey. And again, if you guys want to get in on your little SummerSlam cookie contest, you have to call in to 366-8950. Give us your picks, and then the winner will be announced next week, and you'll win a cookie from your cookie jar. But anyway, speaking of SummerSlam, I think we should just go ahead and jump into it since we have like 30 minutes left. in the show. The first match we're going to take a look at is the six-woman
Yeah.
tag team match that was originally scheduled to be Becky Lynch, Naomi, and Carmella taking on Eva Marie, Natalya, and Alexa Bliss. Before going any further, gentlemen, what did you think about Naomi's new entrance on SmackDown Live this past week?
I think it really gives her like a little, push and a, good flair. She needs something different, and it goes with her, light up, boots, kicks. I think it's really great for her. Everybody's gonna love it. The kids are gonna love it. The other adults is gonna love it. I think it's a good thing for her entrance.
Nick, would you kind of say that that's kind of turning Naomi face on a dime like that in a sense?
Oh, without a doubt. I thought that the glow and the dark shoes were rough for her as a heel because they were such awesome shoes, and it was kind of a cool little thing. And it was like, God, you can't put that on a heel chick. But I think the whole black light thing, they put like a techno beat on her old song.
Yeah.
It kind of reinvigorates her character a little bit.
Oh, yeah. They were originally scheduled to take on Eva Marie, Natalya, and Alexa Bliss, but with the recent news of Eva Marie's wellness policy suspension, which I didn't realize being full of plastic and silicone was a wellness violation to begin with, leaves this match up in the air. Now, if they go forward with this match, and I do believe they will because WWE.com is still advertising it, gentlemen, who would they put in Eva Marie's spot? I know we were discussing this a little bit before the show tonight, you guys were saying Nia Jax. Do you guys still agree with that?
Well, you think of any other heel diva that's been like on TV as of late, and Nia Jax doesn't have a spot. She's just been dominating on Raw. So if anything, unless they bring up somebody from NXT, which they don't really have a dominant heel diva on NXT, so who else but Nia Jax?
Yeah, so it's really hard to say how this match is going to go because it all depends on the unknown variable and who they put in that spot.
Because baby faces win unless Nia Jax is on their team.
Exactly. So it's really hard to say. So that's why we really don't have a pick for this one. It's kind of up in the air because there's no really solid way to say.
I'm sure WWE hasn't booked it even yet. As far as they haven't even determined what's going to happen.
Yeah. Now, the rivalry between Cesaro and Sheamus started 2 weeks ago when both Cesaro and Sheamus went to McFoley complaining over the selection of Mark Henry for the United States Championship match. They had two matches over the past 2 weeks and went Cesaro's way both times. And one thing I brought up on last week's show, gentlemen, is the fact that if they wanted to continue this rivalry between Cesaro and Sheamus, that they would have to do something to constitute a third match because, Nick, there's no way they could have done a rubber match angle if they had Cesaro win the first two matches.
Right. A lot of people enjoy Cesaro, and Sheamus, he just has been struggling to get that momentum back. He's been having more of an aggressive style lately. It's a little more entertaining to watch, but golly, it seems like he just kind of has like kryptonite with whoever he works with, and it just kind of brings whoever's character down.
Yeah, but one could say that that's not the case with Cesaro. Now, for the things that WWE has needed to do to constitute this match, well, Sheamus' interference from Cesaro's United States Championship match, and then the following week with Cesaro distracting Sheamus this past week during his match with Sami Zayn on Monday Night Raw were the things they needed to constitute that match. Now, with the added setup of the Best of 7 series, I consider that to be an added bonus because their first two encounters were really good, so I'm looking forward to what they do with the Best of 7 series with these two, with the winner, one would think, Mark, would get a shot at the United States Championship.
Yeah. And you were explaining the rules of the Best of 7. I was thinking it was going to be like a 4 out of 7
Yeah, like
falls.
No, but it's a series of matches.
Does it end on SummerSlam, or is it
No,
just going to be the first match?
Yeah,
at
this is going to be the first match at SummerSlam. It's going to be the first of the Best of 7.
Oh.
So, and they're going to go on, I would think, week in and week out on Monday Night Raw, leading into possibly the next pay-per-view. And if they really want to drag this out for 7 weeks, I think if my math is not...
Why don't you get the United States Championship match?
7 weeks as
I would,
their first pay-per-view.
Yeah, so it would end at that one, but I would not be surprised to see Sheamus take this one. To be honest, we've seen Cesaro take the first two, and I think they probably would want to have Sheamus start off strong since he's been made to look kind of weak so far in the first two matches in the angle. So I would think Sheamus would take the first one. Wouldn't you think, Mark?
Yeah, I think so too.
And you said the same thing, right?
I can definitely see this one's a coin flip for me, but I kind of had Cesaro really. But
Yeah.
I mean, are they gonna count the first 2 matches?
I don't know, but I don't think they should because they really
They didn't
announced.
book that.
Yeah, they didn't book it as a best of 7. We didn't get the announcement of that best of 7 until this past week on Monday Night Raw.
So it should be interesting to see. With it being a series like that,
Yeah.
I definitely think Cesaro's gonna win the series.
Yeah, he should.
However, as you
Yeah.
mentioned, Sheamus might come out. He needs a win.
Yeah, definitely.
But his character's not luster right now. Cesaro's a lot better, but I guess.
Well, a triple threat match was determined who the new #1 contender to the Intercontinental Championship was going to be among Kalisto, Baron Corbin, and Apollo Crews. Remember, it's Crews, not Creed, it's Crews. Now, with Kalisto and Corbin set to work an angle of sorts with each other, it kind of made it obvious that Apollo Crews was going to get the push, which is exactly what happened. Now, there really hasn't been much of a build between these two beyond a couple of segments, one of which this past week was on SmackDown Live, but it was
In
a
the
show.
commercial break.
Exactly. It made no sense. If you're building up your Intercontinental
Wow.
title match,
Really?
why have the
Really?
segment have
Wow.
it during the commercial break? It makes no sense.
Yeah, you gotta
Because-
feel for Apollo Crews on that one.
Yeah, yeah.
No build of his character. I mean, the only build of his character that he's gotten is pretty much video packages.
Exactly. Now, when it comes to this match, the Intercontinental title, my personal opinion, Nick, it's good where it is right now. I think it's on
I
a
agree.
solid guy with Miz.
Cruz is not ready.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, it's we're not saying Cruz is as a bad wrestler or a bad
Not
talent.
at
Far
all.
far from it. But
He's not ready.
Development.
Yeah, he's-
Character development.
He's not ready
Exactly.
for that big push, you know.
Exactly. And guys and gals, the phone lines are open if you want to call in to 337-366-8950 if you want to participate in our SummerSlam cookie contest. Corey's got his entry in. We need some more entries. So you guys, if you want to win a cookie from your cookie jar, call in. Yeah, I know it's weird. It's been kind of, speaking of that, it's been a kind of a weird build one with Big Cass and Enzo taking on Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens. It all started with Enzo coming to Sasha Banks' aid with Chris Jericho, and something about Enzo having some words with Kevin Owens, I believe, in a Raw pre-show several weeks ago. And after a singles match with Enzo and Jericho, a challenge was made that would set up this match. Now, with WWE, Nick, when someone is in their hometown, as Big Cass and Enzo are built to be from this Sunday, 90% of the time, a person or team doesn't go over in their own hometown.
But Enzo and Cass are like on a roll though. And Kevin Owens and Jericho, you know, a lot of people saying, well, they're burying Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens, I think they would be cool with putting Enzo and Cass over.
And when Chris Jericho made his first return a couple of weeks ago, he did nothing but put people over.
Yeah.
So how's he getting buried, IWC? Please explain that one to me.
Something with Kevin Owens, and they need to do something with Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho. You know, Kevin Owens is. I like the tag team of Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho. They're both Canadian. They're both like smart Alex. I see a lot of chemistry
They
in the
need
future.
more good tag teams in
Yeah.
Raw.
Yeah.
And how many different names did they call Tom Phillips on Monday Night Raw this past week?
And if anything, like, I think my prediction on this match depends on whether they plan on doing anything with Y2KO or
Yeah, I think-
Jericho.
They like messed up AJ and
Yeah,
Jericho.
Y2
That was a
AJ.
good- That was a good
And again,
tag team also.
the week they came out with merchandise for Y2AJ, they kill the gimmick.
Yeah, and I thought it was awesome, but I think KO's gonna be good because they're both Canadian. You know, like
Jericho.
Jericho.
But I mean, like, you gotta hand to these guys, regardless of how lackluster this feud build-up may have been. Like, Jericho and Kevin Owens are really funny dudes.
Oh, yeah.
They make the show entertaining.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
love-
there's no dispute about that.
They had like a vignette. It was on Facebook and it was pretty good. Like, we're gonna do it for SummerSlam. He's like,
Do what?
yeah, do what? Do what?
It.
It.
What is it?
What
Please,
is it?
please explain what it is. And if it's contagious, keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, Jericho's got a different catchphrase every time he comes back. I mean,
Yeah.
he's the man.
Stupid idiot.
Yeah, like
Stupid idiot.
it could be like one of those like comedy things, or like it could be like a serious Chris Jericho could be the wild guy, and Kevin Owens could be like the serious like.
I think that speaks to Jericho as how charismatic he can be, whether he's a face or a heel, that he
Yeah.
can take anything and make it part of his gimmick, and he's taken stupid idiot to the moon.
Yeah,
And,
everybody,
and it's over with the
and
fans.
his catchphrase it's a meme. It's a hashtag for Twitter. You
Right.
know?
Well, it was at last year's SummerSlam when the New Day captured the tag team titles, which started their incredible journey over the past year, going from once considered to be one of the worst gimmicks in WWE to being one of the most popular and entertaining. Now, the build between the New Day and the club started the Raw after Battleground when the club attacked them and injured Big E, taking him out of the angle this past month.
I
Now,
heard something down.
yeah, ring postitis, which I believe is it's still a funny. It was a very funny segment that
Yeah.
the club has been doing with that. But now, is it possible to have Big E return at SummerSlam to help the New Day retain the titles?
Maybe so. And it's gonna be a year since they won it.
Yeah, the possibility is there, but the question is whether or not if they will pull the trigger on Big E this Sunday. But for some reason, I think WWE will use SummerSlam to end the New Day's title reign, Nick, as tag team champions, just as they used it last year to begin their reign.
Yeah, and they probably, I think, put Big E on the shelf just to have an excuse to let the New Day lose, because
Yeah.
Big E is pretty much the strong man in New Day. And it gives the club the opportunity, which I'm wondering if we're going to see a return of Doc Gallows, since he is they're doctors now, so they're going to start calling him Doc Gallows again.
And I think the club will be a good tag team. Help out. Raw. I think New Day did a good job. Looking Gallows can make it. Make better matches tag team. Put it like New Day did good matches, but I think Gallows and Anderson will make it this 10 times better.
Now, is there any way that this feud can be drawn out, in your opinion?
It has to. I mean, pretty much, I think our first Raw and SmackDown pay-per-views are going to be a lot of SummerSlam rematches, and then some of your undercard stuff like Kalisto versus Baron Corbin type stuff.
Exactly. But, it's been quite some time since an angle involving the women's division in WWE was considered to be a relevant storyline. Sasha Banks and Charlotte have really risen to the occasion, especially from their last title match, which stole the show on Monday Night Raw several weeks ago. Now, there will be no Dana Brooke as per the stipulation from Banks winning her match against her a couple of weeks ago. Now, as to picking a winner for this one, Nick, I think Charlotte has had her run with the title, and I personally believe WWE is now putting the reins with Sasha Banks as being the champion and representing the women's division on the main roster.
I agree with you 100%. I mean, I couldn't have said it better. Sasha Banks retains in a really good match. Hopefully she doesn't break her neck though.
Yeah.
Because she tries to pull off some spots. She did it at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn.
Yeah.
On Raw a couple weeks ago on their title match. And she
Fingers.
does some scary spots, so I hope they have a great match.
Same here, definitely. But now to look to the United States Championship match with Rusev defending the title against Roman Reigns. I think WWE has been trying to find a way to cool off the IWC heat. I should learn how to read on Reigns, and putting him with Rusev might have done just that, as evidenced of this past week on Raw with the positive reaction. Although there are some conspiracy theorists out there saying that the positive feedback on a live show was piped in. I would like to know how that would be possible.
They should have done this a long time ago for Reigns or the Intercontinental Championship or U.S. Championship. They should have done this before they made him world champion. They should have just been a few
People
with.
resent you when you're placed on the top.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they should have made him do like other wrestlers. Give him a chance to show when he win Intercontinental or U.S. Championship to see if they draw, see if they can do good with the belt. Then put him as the world champion. They should have done it in the first place.
That's old school.
Yeah.
Now, this angle was started after Rusev beat Henry to retain the championship and went on a tirade about Americans fearing Russian and Bulgarian athletes, which brought out Reigns as a response. Now, it has been quite an interesting build over these past few weeks, but I'm still
All
left
the wedding
wondering.
crap.
Yeah.
Well, the cake.
Yeah, we talked about that last week.
Yeah. You like that?
Yeah, but I'm still wondering why WWE had them work a match on Monday Night Raw this past week. Now, do I see them taking the title off of Rusev? No. But a push towards the title for Reigns, in my personal opinion, Mark, is workable, but holding the title is a completely different story.
I think he's Rusev doing a really, really good job. Like, he kind of got his mojo back, winning the title, and he can start stuff about the Olympics. He can start saying stuff about the Olympics. it kind of fizzled with, from years before that, he lost to John Cena, but I think he got his mojo back being the U.S. champion, and they should do different, segments and do different lines with him, in the near months,
Nick, what about you? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I don't think they should give it away for free on Monday Night Raw. I almost wish that they had a swerve and made it a fatal four-way with Cesaro and Sheamus.
But now they're working their own angle with the best of 7 series.
Right. But I still agree with you. Rusev retains.
Now, what's being billed as the fight for the franchise, we're going to take a look at John Cena taking on AJ Styles. I'm personally looking forward to this one. Their Money in the Bank match this past year was really good, so I'm really looking forward to what they do at SummerSlam. Now, when it comes to the match and the angle, it kind of builds itself in a way. And the promo they did on SmackDown Live a couple of weeks ago really sold the rematch. And having Styles and Cena have one last confrontation on SmackDown Live this past week really put the angle even more over than it already was.
It told a story.
SmackDown.
Like, maybe, the guys hate each other. They like jealous of each other. They want to show up each other. It's pretty much shows you like
They both want to be the best.
Yeah.
So
wants to be the franchise.
now, for some reason, I want the feud to be prolonged, possibly until Survivor Series.
Not happening.
Well, they had Styles not cleanly take it at Money in the Bank, but if they prolong the feud,
But
it
Cena
can't.
got the pin on AJ Styles, in Backlash, in the 6-man tag match.
Yeah, well, yeah, you do have a point there. So one could look at this match possibly being a rubber match. So, originally, I'm still going to say John Cena. I'm still going to say.
If history tells us anything, Cena loses the first out of the best of 3, and then he wins the next 2.
Yep.
So you guys going to stick with John Cena as your picks?
I am going with AJ Styles
Yeah,
just
AJ
because as of right now, John Cena is not advertised for Backlash, SmackDown's first pay-per-view. He's doing movies and stuff, so
Yeah.
I mean, if you're doing all that, John, then hey, put over AJ Styles.
Yeah, pass the torch.
Yes. How much time do we have left?
4
Really
minutes.
quickly.
I got 5 minutes.
All right, let's very quickly go through the rest of the matches. Because there's only 3. The WWE World Heavyweight Champion.
I just knocked the battery out of it.
Yeah. So now we don't know. The WWE World Heavyweight Championship match with Dean Ambrose and Dolph Ziggler. When I look at this one, I think the WWE World Heavyweight title, in my opinion, is good where it is with Dean Ambrose. I'm not saying Dolph Ziggler would be a bad thing to do, but I think what they've been trying to do over the past couple of weeks, Nick, they've been kind of trying to reinvent Dolph Ziggler's character, and we noticed that he's kind of taken an HBK Triple H type of a gimmick. He super kicks everybody, and then he says, "I'm that damn good." But
I smell swerve in this one.
You do?
Guys. And if anything, I smell a turn coming. And honestly, it's kind of weird because I don't know if it's going to be Ambrose turning heel or Ziggler turning heel because both of them have kind of had that.
I think Ziggler, because they're trying to make
He'll
Ziggler
do anything to win.
Yeah, anything to win. He wants to be feisty. He wants to be pushed. They can make him like a bad guy. He's being more aggressive.
Yet that might happen a little later. I think Ambrose retains.
yeah, and if anybody turns, I'm thinking Ziggler because Ziggler is the one they're trying to reinvent the character for. And
If Ziggler turns, he might win.
okay, another match that could really steal the show for SummerSlam, and no, it's not Brock Lesnar and Randy Orton, so IWC, cool your jets. I'm talking
It's
about
for the Universal Champion.
exactly the Demon King, Finn Balor, and Seth Rollins. This is going to be something worth watching, Nick.
Yeah.
And regardless of who wins, this is going to be a 5-star quality match.
I see Seth Rollins winning, and they have a rematch at Clash of Champions.
Oh, they'll definitely have a rematch. Whoever wins, I mean,
Exactly.
because that'll be the first time crowning the champion.
I can't wait to see.
Nobody lost the title.
I can't wait to see the new belt. What's it's gonna look like?
Exactly.
I heard it was going to be the same exact belt, but for the WWE Championship, only it's going to have red in the background. And
Well,
it's
that-
gonna
that
be
is one
blue,
rumor.
and it's going to be blue for SmackDown. So.
Why would it be blue for SmackDown when they're on Monday Night Raw?
Well, red for the
yeah.
for the Universal
Well, yeah.
title, and then blue for the
Okay.
SmackDown World title.
Now to the matchup the IWC has gone giddy for. It's Brock Lesnar and
We got Balor.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to go with Balor as well. Because Balor's been a solid champion in the past. Both gentlemen have been solid
He's got
champions
the
in the
Rockets
past.
under him right now.
Yeah, exactly. But Brock Lesnar and Randy Orton, I'm tired of hearing people say, "Oh, Brock Lesnar is the best. He's the." First off, how do you get away with saying S.H.I.T on TV on Monday Night Raw and not have anything happen to you?
Who's Brock Lesnar?
Exactly.
He do it once.
He can do steroids if you want.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
can steroids. He can kill babies. He can like go and rape and pillage a village.
And you know what? For my pure hatred of Brock Lesnar, my pick is Randy Orton.
Yeah.
Hands down. I want Randy Orton to take the sales out of Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, they need to do that. Like,
No, he's not the talent people worship him to be.
Yeah.
I originally think that they had planned for Orton to go over in this match because Lesnar was looking at bigger things in UFC. However, now that Lesnar doesn't really have those options in UFC, then I honestly think that Randy Orton, well, Lesnar's going to retain he's going to beat Randy Orton just because, so he can stay invincible.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that has been our SummerSlam prediction show. If you guys still want to get in on the SummerSlam cookie contest, especially if you're watching this on the archive on YouTube, go ahead and just put your comments in the comment section below, and we'll read them on next week's show. We promise you.
You get a cookie. You get a cookie and a noogie. I did it all for the noogie.
So I believe we probably just have a couple of minutes left, if I'm not mistaken, Nick. Do we?
So I can just drink.
So with that being said, if Nick, you're ready.
I think we got like 26 seconds.
So again, guys and gals, we're live every Thursday night, 9 p.m. Central Time on
Yeah.
YouTube and here on Acadiana Open
Watch it.
Channel. That's every Thursday night with Sports Entertainment Tonight. So with that being said, for Nick Nay Day, because it makes all the ladies say, and Mark the Smart Traha, I am Double B Bully Boudreaux, and we'll see you next week right here on AOC. Bye, everybody.
Right here in Lafayette.